Well, hello. Thanks for checking out What's Up at Fun Factory Hobbies. This is for the week ending May 18th, a Saturday, 2024. New stuff, because we do that like a lot. Here we have the latest release for Frostgrave 2nd Edition, the Mortal Enemies expansion. On the violent, deadly streets of the Frozen City, feuds and vendettas are commonplace. Wizards may start out focused on discovery and exploration, fighting when necessary for survival, or to win possession of some long-lost artifact or grimoire, but such battles can swiftly become intensely personal, like, say, when somebody gets up to go to the bathroom and the other person attacks them on the board and kills their just hired apprentice. Tammy cackling in the background. Competitors become adversaries, and as the cycle of violence continues, some wizards lose sight of their original goals and focus on their efforts on the elimination of their hated foes, their mortal enemies. This supplement for Frostgrave presents rules for creating recurring villains in both competitive and solo campaigns. These characters are unique individuals who return over the course of a campaign to plague the player's wizards, gaining experience, recruiting allies, and becoming more deadly with each appearance. Against such threats, a wizard's base becomes as much hideout as headquarters, and an expanded range of options for enhancing bases is provided, as are rules for defending your own and attacking those of your rivals. For Fallout, Wasteland Warfare, and Fallout Factions, which will be coming later this summer. They're both from Modifius, and they use the same minis. How about that? These are not new to the game, but they're new to our store. For the Enclave faction, a domesticated Deathclaw, because that's the only Enclave mini that was in stock. For the Survivors, Riley's Rangers. Some creatures, Mongrel Scavenging Pack. And for the Raiders faction, we have the pack Top Dogs and the Disciples. I know we've got a few people that are interested in Fallout in general and the Fallout minis, Wasteland Warfare. So that might be of interest to you. For the G.I. Joe deck building game from Renegade Studios, the Silent Interlude expansion. A mission for any player. This expansion introduces 2 brand new modes to the G.I. Joe deck building game. In the first, take on the role of Snake Eyes as you make your way through the first dedicated single-player mission that follows the story and action of the most famous of all G.I. Joe comics, Silent Interlude. In the second, A Traitor Within, a complete multiplayer mission, but keep an eye out as Dr. Mindbender has sown mistrust, and there may be a traitor among your ranks. This is an expansion. It requires the G.I. Joe deck building game core set to play, which we have in stock, of course. And a buildable dice tower from the Silent Interlude. Kind of nifty. For the My Little Pony deck building game, Adventures in Equestria, Scholarly Shenanigans expansion. Put on your thinking caps and line up your quills because it's time for a new curriculum. With the addition of almanacs and anthems, there's no shortage of content for you to enjoy, but that's not all. Introducing Twilight Sparkle's School of Friendship. Be ready to learn from Principal Twilight Sparkle and her friends and befriend new buddies along the way. This is an expansion. Requires the My Little Pony Adventures in Equestria deck building game core set to play. Also from Renegade, G.I. Joe. This is an Axis and Allies game. G.I. Joe Battle for the Arctic Circle. Obviously it's a G.I. Joe themed. But beyond that, it's a hex-based map as opposed to regional, as you might be used to in quote-unquote normal Axis and Allies. And the board is modifiable within the game. Pretty cool stuff. So if you're a fan of Joe or Axis and Allies, that might be right up your alley. What else? I know there was another Renegade. Oh, it's hiding. All right, we'll get to that. From Genius Games. I think we might have had this in stock before, but it's not on the shelf at the moment. So here we have Ecosystem. Build your own ecological network and ecosystem, a biologically derived card drafting game. Players choose, pass, and arrange 11 different card types consisting of organisms ranging from bees to bears and environments like streams and meadows. Earn points by aligning animals with habitats where they most flourish. Biodiversity is rewarded while monocultures are penalized. Each time you play, you build a one-of-a-kind ecosystem, striving to balance the delicate connections between all living things. We really like Genius Games because their games are based on real science and real game mechanics. So it's not just science with a basic crappy gamey element. It's an actual game, but it's also actual science. Good stuff. And here we have Ecosystem Coral Reef. Dive deep to build your own ecological network in Ecosystem Coral Reef, a card drafting game of marine competition. Players choose, pass, and arrange cards representing a diversity of organisms found in the Great Barrier Reef, including coral, clownfish, sea turtles, and sharks. Earn points by aligning animals with the habitats and food sources where they most flourish. Diversify your food web to maximize your bonuses. Each time you play, you build a one-of-a-kind ecosystem as you strive to balance the delicate connections between all living things. Again, Genius Games, good stuff. It is an ecosystem game, but it is a standalone, not an expansion. From GameRight, Teeter Tower, a dicey dexterity game. Take this tower to the top. Work as a team to roll dice and stack them on each new level. The challenge is that every tile limits dice placement by color and number. As the tower rises, so does the tension. Success will take coordination, cooperation, and a little bit of luck. Build with balance or watch your Teeter Tower topple. Kind of like a reverse Jenga, but with dice. Love pretty much everything that GameRight puts out. And we restocked several other titles from GameRight that we were out of. This one I know we've had before, but it's been out of stock for several months, so I will mention it. Arch Rivals, as opposed to Arch Rivals. Experience the colorful and crafty world of fiber arts. And Tammy's back there crocheting as we speak, speaking of fiber arts. Play as one of 8 characters, each with their own crafting specialty. Hit the yarn bazaar to build up your stash. Follow the patterns to make cuddly bears, warm blankets, cozy scarves, and unique special requests. Turn in your completed items to master a pattern, complete projects, and score points. When this project list runs out, the crafter with the most points wins. I know we've had several people interested in that game, and we've sold out of it in the previous amounts that we've had. So there's that. Okay, here's the other Renegade title. Risk 2210 from Renegade Studios, formerly the Avalon Hill title. The game of global domination and beyond. This is the classic Risk game expanded with new gameplay, 455 futuristic military plastic playing pieces, underwater cities, and moon territories to conquer, 5 decks of command cards for tactical surprises. This is a moderate complexity game. The world is at war. As the leader of one of the warring factions, you control the destiny of your people. On and above the earth, you must marshal your forces, send forth your troops, hire the right commanders, and crush your enemies. Build alliances if you dare, but also be wary of those who call you friend. Spend your energy wisely, enlist the right commanders with the right commands, and you can gain the power you need to conquer the world and beyond. Again, this was an Avalon Hill title before, now under license to Renegade Game Studios. If you're a Risk fan, you might like that one. From the OP, or the OP, Clue, Wednesday. If you like the Addams Family or the Netflix series Wednesday, you might like this one. Ominous events are part of life around Nevermore Academy. The Hyde is attacking the student and town folk. You'll take on the role of one of 6 Nevermore Academy students, including Wednesday Addams, Enid Sinclair. During the hunt, you'll investigate iconic locations like Pilgrim World and Nightshade Library. Bring the Hyde down with items like chains or Joseph Crackstone's broken sword. Your task is to discover who will be Hyde's next victim, where will the Hyde attack, and what item will be used in its capture. Along the way, encounters with helpful Addams allies will speed your search, but be careful not to get attacked by the Hyde yourself. The OP does really good stuff, marrying the game property with the intellectual property license. And for those of you who care about such things, this is made in America. American jobs for American people. From Genius Games. Oh, I forgot about this one. Outnumbered, Improbable Heroes. Roll dice, do math, save the city. This is a Genius Games Junior title. A cooperative game of strategy and mathematics. Combine forces to support evil in Outnumbered Improbable Heroes, a math-based cooperative strategy game. Absolute Zero and his minions are loose in Megatropolis, trying to capture the powerful Infinity Generator. Assemble your team and strategically plan out your sequence of attacks together. As waves of villains advance, you must use math skills and unique hero abilities to hit target numbers, repelling your nemesis and his minions. Overcome their counterattacks and impose order over chaos. Yay, more educational titles. Let's see. We sold our last Mexican train dominoes, so here we have number dominoes, color-coded dominoes with unique jumbo-size numbers. It includes a bunch of other, I think it said 8 playable games in it. You can play any double 6 or double 9s game because it's double 12s. Just pull out the tiles that are not needed. Rules for 4 great games are included. Dominoes, leave your hands free for food, drinks, and fun. Includes stuff for Chicken Foot, Mexican Train. Yep, dominoes. From Days of Wonder and Asmodee Company, the latest Ticket to Ride. This one is a legacy game. Ticket to Ride, Legends of the West. Big heavy box. It's the late 19th century, and America is booming. New train companies compete to satisfy the needs of a growing population. Merchants, officials, food, and goods need to travel from one place to another. An intricate network of train lines has appeared. Thaddeus Reeves was one of the young entrepreneurs dreaming of connecting the entire nation and succeeded beyond his wildest dreams. Reeves Rails quickly established lucrative train routes from the Atlantic to the Mississippi, and the company's future is bright. But greedy rail barons are looking at Thaddeus's growing rail empire and thinking about how they can take it away. As the years have rolled along, Reeves Rails has continued to grow and thrive. Your new train company is ready to take part in this remarkable industry. Possibility and fortune shimmer off the paint of your newly purchased steam engines. And this new express network should make all the difference. Satisfied, you open the newspaper and read the headlines from out west. Ticket to Ride Legacy Legends of the West finally gives you the chance to step into the story of your favorite train game and explore the imagination of Rob Davio, Matt Leacock, and Alan R. Moon. You will embark on a journey across 12 games, managing your own North American railway company to wealth and fortune in a campaign full of adventures. Completing your tickets will remain your primary goal, but you will need to develop other skills if you hope to overcome the unexpected events and your resourceful rivals. Game after game, route after route, you will continuously fill your vault with earnings. As the story progresses, you will open frontier boxes that will unlock new rules, content, and many more surprises. Like previous installments in the series, this game can be learned very quickly, but will provide a much more immersive and narrative experience that should please every fan of the franchise. So if you like legacy games, if you like train games, if you like specifically Ticket to Ride, this is your go-to. And we did bring in several copies of it, so we shouldn't sell out super quickly. Oh yeah, Lorcana. Series 4. Go. Ursula's Return. We have the starter decks and booster packs in very limited supply. So come get them before we sell out if you're interested in that. And finally, Games Workshop. We have a novel, Caiaphas Cain, Vainglorious, set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. We released yesterday the 500th edition of White Dwarf magazine, 192-page mega milestone issue. And in celebration of that 500th, they have this commemorative figure, the White Dwarf himself, Grombrindle. Very limited supply on that, which is to say we have one. For Warhammer Fantasy, Age of Sigmar, or Warhammer the Old World now, I guess, technically, because it's got the square base there. The Dark Elf Supreme Sorceress plastic model kit. For Warhammer Age of Sigmar, so these are going to have the round bases. Daughters of Cain, Witch Elves. We did another deep dive restock. Orc War Clans, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Swamp Boss, Scumdrick. That's a pretty cool looking kit. I mean, they're all pretty cool looking, if you ask me. For the Gloomspite Gits, again, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Stabbas. 20 miniatures in that box. More Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Born Clans, Beast Skewer Killbow. Yep, that looks like it could kill a beast. Way bigger than the Gits that are powering it. And Skaven, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Storm Fiends. Big hulking brutes. Think ratkin ogres kind of thing. Playing a little Jenga myself there. Again, more Age of Sigmar, Daughters of Cain, Blood Sisters. Pretty sure we've had this kit in before. For Warhammer 40,000, this is the new stuff for this week. Oh, nope, it's not. I lied. Black Templars, Chaplain Grimaldus, and Retinue. More Black Templars, Sword Brethren. I'd pretty much already gotten the other Warhammer 40,000 factions. Just apparently missed Black Templars. Hammerhead gunship for Tau. Apparently we missed that one on the last order, because I know I ordered some other Tau stuff. And this one's been out of stock for quite a while. Leagues of Votan, Hecaton Land Fortress. Big beefy vehicle. Right, so that's all the new stuff, and that's quite a bit of new stuff. Organized play. Today, Saturday, May 18th, at 11 a.m., we will have our May Pokemon League Challenge. Sign-in start at 10:30. To be followed at 1 p.m. by our, our May Pokemon Go League Challenge at 1 p.m. We have Battletech tonight at 6. Grinder. Tomorrow, Sunday the 19th, at the Library Annex, Pokemon League Cup for the second quarter. We will be closed this coming Wednesday, May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, returning May 25th for our 2 p.m. Pokemon, well, for our normal business hours, but we will have our 2 p.m. Pokemon League and our 6 p.m. Warhammer 40,000. We will be open Monday, May 27th, Memorial Day. Friday the 31st, Magic Casual Commander at 6 p.m. Saturday the 1st, Pokemon League at 2 p.m. I've gone ahead and scheduled Pokemon League through, I believe, through August. Saturdays at 2. I don't have any other special events beyond that. First of all, Pokemon is taking the month of June off for points tournaments, so that would be league challenges and well, I mean, we've already done by tomorrow we'll have done the second quarter League Cup, but there's no league challenges of any variety in June. We will probably schedule some other variety of special event, thinking perhaps a sealed tournament, so build and battle box tournament, or then definitely something Pokemon Go. But I want to talk to people who come today and tomorrow who are interested in participating in those, find out what they want to play. So yeah, June 1st, Pokemon League. June 7th, Friday, is our Magic Modern Horizons 3 pre-release. That's Modern Horizons is a spicy set, so it's an expensive pre-release. Saturday the 8th will be our Pokemon League at 2. Friday the 14th, Modern Horizons 3 launch event and draft. Again, it's spicy, so that's expensive. Pokemon League on Saturday the 15th. We will be closed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 19th through 22nd of June. Well, technically we'll be closed 23rd, but we're not open on Sundays normally anyway, because Origins Game Fair will be going on in Columbus, and we're going to be there. Playing, not with a booth. Father's Day fell in that period somewhere too. Friday the 28th of June, Friday Night Magic Commander Pride event. So it's a regular casual commander. However, all eligible commanders will have the partner ability. The partner will necessarily be one of your 100 cards. So you'll basically be able to have 2 commanders, because everybody has partner. And if you are already playing a deck with commander that has partner, you don't get a second partner. Sorry. Not my rules, Wizards of the Coast rules. But otherwise, it's just Magic Commander. You just get 2 commanders instead of 1. But both commanders are part of your 100 card deck. Yeah. Saturday the 29th, Pokemon League. And then we do have stuff scheduled in July and August also, but you don't need to worry about that right now. For those of you who are coming this morning and are prompt in watching this video, beware that there is a 5K going on at the fairgrounds. The start and finish lines at the fairgrounds. So traffic's a little heavy. If you're coming up from the south of Mount Gilead, just be aware of that. The traffic will be a little heavier near the fairgrounds. Otherwise, we'll say thank you for watching the video. Like it if you found it useful. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so that you can get notifications when we post videos like this, because I'm silly and don't often post it to Facebook in a timely manner. See you next time.